Hello everyone. We're here today to look at a 1979 Corvette. I'm going to start with the T-tops. We replaced the seals around the T-tops. They were in pretty bad shape, probably the originals. So I'm going to have Jay, here, give me the camera for a second, Jay. Jay's our cameraman today. He's a little shy.
Hi.
Hi Jay, how you doing, man?
Good.
All right, cool. All right. So anyway, if you look down here, we already did this, so I'm not going to really make the tape about that. But what we did was we pulled off all the old, and you've got all these studs. I don't know, Jay, can you get in there and see those kind of whitish colored studs? Yes, you can. So, however you get those out, cut them, drill them, whatever. They're junk. The new pieces will come with those studs all in, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws along here. If you can zoom in on that or get closer, that you have to take out. And then there's the gasket sealer that you put on here. And basically what I did is I started right here. And I started with the gasket sealer and putting these studs in, because I figured the screws themselves would be easy to put in and these studs a little harder. And what I did was I did sections at a time with the sealer and pushing the studs in and getting it all to seat. The sealer is up underneath here, basically kind of on the back side of this ridge, and also a little bit on the bottom of the T-top itself. So it's a tedious process, but basically all the way around with the new seal. And then the tops still leaked. It wasn't the tops that was leaking. Come on over here. Somewhere in here, this was leaking. So we took all of this apart, the roof stainless trim, and then also the corner pieces that have the mirror mounts on them. And what we did was, this water was getting in here into this trough, and there was quite a bit of rust in here. It was pretty much surface rust, but after 40 years, there was some rust in there. So what we did was sanded this all down, cleaned it with some CLR, which is a rust remover, not that toxic, and then painted it with a galvanized paint, which has zinc in it. The idea of that is to keep the rust from coming back, and we cheated a little bit. I had Jay spray the paint into a can, and then we used a brush to just kind of dab it in and so on, and gave it a couple of coats. So if it lasted 40 years the way it was, this should get another 40 years out of it. We couldn't get underneath here very well. I just tried to spray some paint in a little bit here and there. It was not easy. So, besides drilling some holes in here and trying to get in here, I don't know exactly how you would get into that area to sand it or anything. So I think we're in pretty good shape. So our next plan is how we're going to put this back together. Is we're going to do these corner pieces first. And I couldn't find anything on YouTube to show us how to do this and how to seal this. Couldn't find any gaskets. I think it's too small for any gaskets, because these basically fit in. This lip goes over the top of this. This lip goes over the top of the front here, like so. Actually, excuse me, this lip goes over the top here, and this lip fits inside here. And then there's screws that go in the face here. So what we're going to do, not even sure if it was done this way in the original, but what we're going to do is lay a bead of sealer along here, gasket sealer, and probably a bead along the back side here, and just to try to keep any water from getting through into this area. And we're going to then, once we have this one on and the other one on, then what we're going to do is put the center strip on, and again caulk. Now this T, stainless steel roof T, actually goes over the top of this. So then we'll be caulking on the back side of this to seal that. And again, there's no perfect thing here, and if anybody has anything better, I'm always willing to listen. But that's what I've kind of come up with taking a look at all of this. The next thing we'll do, and this may take a little while because I think we're going to sand this down and repaint it, is this strip goes on like so, and it clips in. So what we're going to do is reseal the top of the windshield with the sealer, and then also seal between this strip and here and this strip and the stainless top. So that's our plan to keep water from coming in. We'll see if it's successful. Okay, you can stop.